When you think of Tesla, what vehicle comes to mind? Man, there are millions on the road, and now I have my very first review on a Tesla. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. In this review, I'm beyond excited to show you around this 2024 Model 3 Highland Edition. I'm going to show you all various different changes, take it on a drive, and give you guys my final verdict. But let's go ahead and unlock the door with this hotel key card, just because it's different. My voice cracked. There we go. Now that's more like it. Now, let's go ahead, drum roll, get into this review. Look on the outside of the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland Edition Long Range AWD Drive. As equipped, this vehicle is $47,380. It is dressed in a stealth gray exterior on a black interior. I will show you guys the key for the vehicle, which currently is inside, as it is a hotel key card to keep the vehicle active. But look at the exterior design of the new Model 3. You can see the Roadster-inspired LED headlights, which are a matrix technology. You have LED daytime running lights, turn signals down below, as well as your LED low and high beams. Now, most of the changes of the new Model 3 has happened under the skin, which I will show you guys as we go around this review. 3/4 front view for you guys right there. Boom. Looking at the wheels, you have a 18-inch Photon style wheel wrapped on a all-season tire. You can also get a 19-inch wheel with range decreasing to 305 miles. You have your side view camera right there with your LED turn signal right there on the side. Power folding mirrors and keyless entry. Now, when getting into the new Model 3, you can use the key, which is the kind of key card. You just tap it right here on the A-pillar to get into the vehicle. You have a panoramic sunroof up top. Now, overall vehicle dimensions haven't been changed overall, with only 1 inch increase due to the revised front bumper. Coming around to the rear of the Model 3, you can see the new crab claw designed tail lights, which are full LED. So you have your turn signal as well as brake lights, and your reverse lights are down below. This one right here is a dual motor version, and you have Tesla badging spelled out right there. Opening the trunk, you'll find 19.8 cubic feet of space. The trunk is powered, and you have your window sticker right here. I will put all the information in the description below. You have LED illumination on both sides, and you have some more storage down below as well. And even more storage on both sides, which does go down pretty deep. And you can close the trunk with the electronic close right there. Coming over to the charging port, let's go ahead and talk about specs of the new Model 3. So this version right here is a long range, as a 82 kilowatt hour battery, which is rated at 341 miles of all electric range. If you use a Tesla supercharger on level 3, you'll go from 0 to 80% in 10 to 15 minutes, depending on condition. If you use a 220 volt charger, you get a full charge in just 11.5 hours. This version right here is 4,030 pounds with a 0 to 60 of 4.2 seconds. You can also get a rear-wheel drive version, which is a single motor, which is rated at 271 miles of range and 272 horsepower with a 5.8 second 0 to 60. But now, let me show you guys under the hood. Or is that what I would say in a regular review, but this isn't a regular car. Opening the front of the Model 3. You will find 3.1 cubic feet of space. You'd have a bezel right there for your washer fluid. But I have to say, it definitely does have pretty good space in here. Does go in pretty deep and does go pretty far out for a front. Them seagulls are loud. You see that? Loud. Let me get a 3/4 front shot for you guys. Boom. But now, let's see the interior where all of the action happens. Let's just take a minute to enjoy the view right here off of DC. Oh yeah, oh he's really getting the whole joke out of this. He's like, electric. But hopping inside of the back seats of the Model 3, looking at the door panels, you do have your window controls down here with your door opener, and you can see the new ambient lighting, which is new for this Model 3 Highland Edition. But looking at the new 8-inch display that they do offer for this vehicle, you do have your climate control functions right there, which you can pull up. Let me zoom in so you guys can see that. Seat control, so you can move the passenger seat, and you have 3-stage heated rear seats for the outboard seats right there. You do have your various different radio functions. You can also pull up YouTube as well. So I do want to try that real quick. I want to see if I can pull up one of my reviews. Oh, look.
Whatever you do it for less.
These ads just killing my vibe. Man, I'm having so much fun in this video. That's so cool though. I can see my whole review of me right there while I'm making a review. This is crazy. But going back here, you can see that your Netflix, Hulu functions, built-in Twitch, and you can also pull up various different games right here if you so desire. You have some settings right here to control and configure the screen for Bluetooth. Let's say if you want to put in like headsets or phone connections, and you can change the various different screen brightness levels right there. And your volume controls are over here on this side, so I can go up to maximum amount of volume while I'm playing my review and really just have a great time. You have two USB-C ports down below, some storage compartments, and you can see how big the panorama sunroof is back here. It goes all the way back. And you can also have some releases right here for your coat hook and LED illumination up top. Here's a quick look to the front cabin or cockpit, but let's go ahead and hit that right now and check out some more changes, which I have to say, boy, am I excited for. Looking at the cockpit of the Tesla Model 3, the first thing I want to point out is the upgraded materials here. Everything right here is soft touch. You have a little bit of suede. Even down here is soft touch, which is crazy. You can see a little bit more of the blue ambient lighting, which I have set right now. Does a full halo ring around the interior, so you can kind of see it like right there. Your power seat controls over here for your lumbar, back, as well as bottom support. And you have electronic steering column, which you can adjust in the screen. Now, speaking of minimalistic interior cabins, this definitely is, but you can see looking right here in front of you, you have this 3-spoke steering wheel, which is heated. You can pull up your light controls when hitting this button right here. So you can go off, parking lights, on, and auto. And you can also pull up your turn signals right here. We do put on the cameras for both sides, which I have to say is very cool. I remember seeing this in Hyundai first, and now Tesla is adopting this technology, which is great. And over here on this side, it's how you can also pull up all 3 cameras right here. So you have your rear view and your side views right there on both sides. Voice command functions, your windshield washers, as well as regular wiper controls. And if you hit this button, that will activate the automatic driving assist technology. Looking over here at the infotainment, this is a 15.4-inch screen. Further down below on my left-hand side, you have all your various different vehicle controls. So you can see on this side, you have your front, as well as unlocking and locking the doors, trunk, as well as charging port door opener right there. You can do like a full view around the Model 3. You also have your various different controls for driving. So you can search up various different functions, light controls, window and mirror controls over here, as well as the wiper controls. If you want to adjust the steering wheel or the mirrors, you just hit the button and use the rotor dial right here on the steering wheel to adjust all of that. Pedal and steering controls, so basically like your driving controls. So you can put the acceleration in a standard or a chill mode, and you can also configure the steering between a sport, standard, and a comfort. Charging information right here. You can also limit the charging to 80% to keep the battery a little bit more over time. Autopilot settings are right here for all your drive assist technology. You have a speed warning right there, forward collision, as well as a lane avoidance, which we will leave that on. And you have all this stuff right here, which is very cool. This is literally like the heart of this Tesla, this 15.4-inch display. Lock controls, lighting, which is my personal favorite, which is new for the Model 3. You have a multicolor ambient lighting. So let me show you guys that real quick. So right now it's set to a blue. If you guys can see that right there. Let's zoom in over here. Yeah. You can go purple, pink, orange, red. You can basically change between all these various different colors. I remember seeing this at the DC car show about 2.5 weeks ago, something like that. and that just really blew my mind how cool this interior looks. It just really makes the interior, especially in this black. Display settings are right here, so you can change the brightness. You can put into a dark mode like so, or you can put into a light mode, which I think the dark mode honestly looks the best. Trip settings, you can have your navigation for your voice commands, some more safety functions. You have sentry mode, so we'll activate the cameras if it detects like some suspicious activity around the car, and so on. And you also have a built-in dash cam right there. Service information, built-in owner's manual. You can adjust the lights and a couple other settings right there. And you have your software information right here. This baby only has 163 miles on it. Sweet. But looking over here on this side, you can see I do have my media connection set up. So I do want to try a quick audio test. It does have a 17 speaker sound system. So let's try it out. I have to say, honestly, right off the bat, I'm impressed with these sound settings. I probably had it about 0.5%, but the amount of bass and sound quality that you get out of the system is definitely impressive. Now, as stated before, the media functions are over here on the left-hand side. I do have my Bluetooth connected through my phone, which is down below. Hitting the climate control buttons right there, you will see your dual zone climate control, as well as cooled seats, which is new for this Model 3. You can change the various different modes right here between 2-stage as well as level 1, or all the way up to 3. And you can also heat the seat as well, and the steering wheel heated seat, as well as other controls are right here for climate settings. The steering wheel is 2-stage with 3-stage heated and cooled seats. Very nice addition for sure. But going over here, you do have your phone connections. You have some preset like radio, so it'll basically like pick and choose what type of radio and media you want. The camera button right here. You can also control and configure a couple of things inside of the infotainment. There's some shortcut buttons as well as some more apps right there. Now, I did have a little bit of a struggle trying to get the rear screen to work, the 8-inch display back there, but I had to hit the rear button right there to activate it. Different notes as well as menu settings. And then you do have your controls for the back seat as well, so you can actually kind of mirror what you want to be on the back display. Bluetooth settings are over here, and so on. You do also have navigation, so I do want to try a quick navigation test. As you can see, navigation is very quick, easy to use, as well as responsive. But exiting that, you can see looking further down below, you do have a wireless charging pad. You have 2 of those. So right now I have my phone charging up, no problem at all. And this right here is your key. This is how you turn on the vehicle. You put the key right here to turn it on. It's kind of like a hotel room key card. You can see a little bit more of the stitching right there. Looking in the center console, you do have 2 cup holders and a lot of storage, which does go pretty deep. You also have a 12-volt charger down below. Looking at the center console, you have even more storage right there. It is illuminated, and a USB-C port down below. Looking up top, you do have your hazard control, an interior camera mirror with an auto-dimming rearview mirror, and you can also put the vehicle into gear using these buttons up top as a fail-safe. But now, let's go ahead and take the Tesla Model 3 for a drive and see how it does in the real world. So let's go. We are behind the wheel of the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Highland Edition. Now, speaking of visibility out the front, rear, and sides, I can see very good over the hood, as are the side mirrors and even out the back. Visibility is also aided with the 3 cameras around the vehicle, as you can see right here on the central display, with a rear camera as well as side view cameras. And if you put on the turn signal as well, you will also see the cameras on both sides. So I go right and I go left, you'll see that. Definitely does come in clutch when aiding in visibility. New for the new Highland Edition Model 3. Look how good DC does look over there. But new for the Model 3 is cool seats. So if I go into the climate controls, I can put on my cool seats, which is a new feature, which I have to say definitely is amazing. Now, this version right here is a long range. I did have a chance to drive the rear-wheel drive version as well, but I have to say this is probably one right here with 341 miles of all-electric range with about 425 horsepower. This is definitely one you want right here. Oh God, it's already fast, and we just, wow. I'm doing try a quick 0 to 60 test right up here to see how good the acceleration is. Now Tesla does say a 4.2 second 0 to 60, so I do want to try that out. Clear road. Whoa! Oh God, this thing is a roller coaster, man. The way it just accelerates is crazy. Let's change the display to a dark mode where you get a little bit more of a cooler theme on the screen right here. Now also note what you can see right here is the ambient lighting strip, which once we hit this tunnel, I will show you guys how it looks. So you can see the entire red strip around the front of the dashboard. If you go under your light settings right here, you can change and configure everything. I can put into a blue mode right here, purple, pink, red, orange, and you have like the whole color palette right here. So you have like individual levels of customization for the lighting. I remember seeing this at the DC car show firsthand, and I have to say that really just attracted me to the new Model 3 for sure. This and the cool seats really just piqued my interest with this vehicle. But yeah, the ambient lighting is so cool that you can just literally change it, all these different colors right here. And you see right here, the strip goes across the entire dashboard. So I put into red, which you'll probably see a little bit more, give you a little bit more of a sportier theme, as well as in the back seats as well. Now you do have a 8-inch display out back, which I do like, where you can like put on your YouTube or games. You can just interact with the screen. A nice addition as well. Now the Model 3 does have a new and improved 5G connectivity, so it'll help with faster connectivity with your phone and so on. This camera mirror just comes in clutch, man. I mean, so good. Any blind spot? No problem at all. You can see the beautiful Washington Monument over there. And that instantaneous torque, like the moment you hit the accelerator, it just goes. Welcome to downtown Washington, D.C. You know, it's funny, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what, I wouldn't find a good route, but honestly, this route turned out pretty good. Now, if I'm being honest, I think this might be the first Tesla I would actually consider buying, especially with the high gas prices. I was about to say gas prices going on. You see right there, it tells you when the light does turn green. And it does pick up in the screen pedestrians as well as vehicles. Look at that, the Washington Monument looks so good from here. But other than that, a couple of other things you can change as far as driving. So you can change the acceleration between standard and chill. Now, the regular rear-wheel drive does 5.8 seconds, which I have to say is more than enough acceleration. But if you want like a little bit more speed, this right here, this is definitely the one. You can also change the steering between a sport, standard, and a comfort. So the standard is like a nice middle ground between comfort and sport. So it's like a nice heft. If you go into its sport mode right there. Ooh, look, got a slingshot. Sweet. As far as driver assist technology, you do have the Autopilot and so on right here, as well as a lane keeping assist or departure, so it'll give you the assist, as well as the sound, automatic forward collision warning, and of course you do have your Autopilot stuff right here. Like the little diagram of the Model 3 inside of the screen. This screen is very easy to interact with. Now, you know what I realized while I'm over here by the Washington Monument? You guys can see that right there. We are lost. So I'm going to go ahead and try out the navigation. I'm going to put that to the test.
Now turn right onto Independence Avenue.
Thank you very much. You see how quick the navigation is to pick up where you're trying to go? You just literally type it in. It's literally as fast as a computer. Now, I think a head-up display would actually be cool as well to really aid in driving like forward, because Even me, for my first review in a Tesla, I have driven a couple Teslas in the past, but I still find it kind of weird to look over here at your speedo. But you kind of have to use like your peripheral a bit to kind of look over. But that's something that if I had a little more time to interact with the vehicle, I definitely would adjust with that. Now, speaking of seat comfort, as I stated before, this does have cool seats. When you open your climate menu right here, your heated seats, and you also have a 2-stage heated steering wheel. You can see right here, even sitting at the light, it will show you right there that the light is red and when it will turn. You also have a auto hold function right there as well. Now, interacting with like putting in car in gear, you just swipe forward, push for neutral, or swipe back for reverse. It is very easy to interact with. Right now, we're like in the heart of DC. We're like by Smithsonian. This right here is where all the government buildings are.
In 500 feet, left onto 12th Street Northwest.
Yeah, this thing moves, man. But yeah, we're literally in the heart of DC.
Left onto 12th Street Northwest.
Thank you very much. Noted. But yeah, this is so cool though. I like this. And even in the screen, you can see like the other cars and everything like right there, which is just crazy. I do like this new steering wheel as well. It has a flat bottom design and you got Tesla like spelled out. Definitely different for sure. Whoa, all right, that's good enough. Jesus. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I have to say though, if I'm definitely looking for an electric car, I would put this definitely on the higher end of the list for sure. The ambient lighting, the cool seats, and just the technology overall really kind of steer me a little bit more towards the Tesla if I had to get like a electric daily like so. Now, of course, when the light does turn green, I do want to put on the Autopilot and try that out. And in Autopilot fashion, you basically just push the button right there and you can adjust the speed. It'll actually independently control like all of the following distance and stuff right there. And we do also have the lane information as well. There we go. We got that activated. You see right there, Autopilot is working amazing, as it should, of course. It's following the traffic in front of it. You have a good gap in front of you. And it does a pretty good job of that for sure. When traffic is just killing your vibe, you just throw in that Autopilot and you are good. Now, specifically, EVs like this really shine in around the city driving like so. And it's definitely not more geared for, I don't know why it's beep. It's definitely not geared for like highway speeds, but I think on city driving like this is amazing. I like this Autopilot. This is sweet. This has me excited for the new performance version that will be coming soon, which I am hearing, and it will actually look a little bit more different than other versions. There we go. Look at that. This Autopilot is sweet, man. We'll go ahead and turn that off.
500
Yeah, I took the metro here because I was like, I'm not crazy enough to actually drive.
Onto 8th Street Northwest.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm not crazy enough to drive here. I mean, parking is terrible here in DC. I wouldn't do it at all, to be honest. Now, as you get a little bit closer to the Tesla store, because I don't want to call it dealership, I have to say overall, I do like the amount of like performance that you get with this long range version. Definitely better than the rear wheel drive, and you get more range. So this is 341 miles. The rear wheel drive is about 272 miles of electric range. This has like 425 horsepower. The rear wheel drive is about 272 horsepower. So you get more horsepower, more range for a little bit more money, which I have to say definitely is not a bad trade-off. I will be excited when the new Tesla Model Y does come out, which I would maybe assume in the next year or two, to get all of these upgrades that you see here in the SUV version. I know the vehicle is probably one of Tesla's best-selling, if not the best-selling model for sure, with the amount of space as well as the price point. The cool seats, the improved 5G connectivity, the ambient lighting, all of these features really just makes her a better product. Now we're in Chinatown. Chinatown. But yeah, so that's all I really to say about the Tesla Model 3. That is going to wrap this video, as the Tesla store is right there. And yes, there's definitely no parking out there. So take the train, try alternative transportation if you want to just, sway out and have a little bit more of a adventure. But other than that, that is going to wrap up this video. I'm going to leave my phone on the wireless charging pad, let that charge up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.